Songs are so personal. I mean, you really take things out of your life.
Too personal.
No, but which I just loved all along. Going back, even like Sue Me, which was so brilliant. Do you have any tips or like songwriting, little things that have helped you along the way that maybe someone has imparted to you?
I think I've really learned that there is no how-to, there is no manual, except your own instincts are your best friend. And I know it sounds like an easy sort of, I guess, piece of advice, but I've sort of really started to realize that in the last few years of trusting my gut, trusting my instincts. I just feel so great when I've accomplished, like, being able to put a experience or a feeling into words, because for most of our life we're sort of dealing and battling with these emotions and feelings that we don't understand. So when I'm able to sort of sit down and think about something and think about the things that make it wrong, think about the things that make it right, I try not to write from a perspective of like I'm right about everything. I try to write it from a perspective of like I might be stupid and I might be making the worst decision of my life, but I just have to accept that. And, you know, and then other songs, you can point a finger and that's okay. But it's just important to remain true to your own voice. I think especially now. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like it's really easy right now to sort of like look at everyone else and what everyone else is doing. And I sort of grew up with this mentality being sort of put into my head by different like record executives when I was younger of like, if this is what's working for other people, then you need to do that. And I don't think that that's true. I think that you should do whatever feels the most authentic to you. And if that means getting online and getting in front of a camera and making videos and, you know, promoting your work, then that's one thing. And if not, then you don't have to do that. And there's other ways to find ways to be creative and to also share your work without it kind of, I think, making you feel like you're being something that you're not. So that's something I'm still learning right now even, but I'm very fortunate to, you know, have been doing this for a while before social media kind of got to the point that it's at now. It can be like a blessing, it can be a curse, but I think with songwriting, I write everything down, and that's something that I will always do for the rest of my life, whether that's in a notebook, whether that's voice memos, and in super inconvenient places. I'm just constantly documenting even thoughts that feel unnecessary or thoughts that feel not useful, because they always guide me to the place that gives me the idea that I would have never had if I didn't just write down this like other stupid little thought. So yeah, I would say that.
But it makes sense because it's you. It is really an extension of who you really are as a person.
Yeah.
You're not trying to become somebody else.
Which
or
then
something
starts
else.
raising some eyebrows because people are like, so you're just like super horny, or like what's your brand? I'm like, no, it's not that. It's not that. But it's an extension. Like my sense of humor is a part of everything I do, and I think that started to trickle down. I hate trickle down. I hate when people say trickle down, but yeah, that is what I'm trying to say.
Part of it, yeah, and it leads you to the thing that you really do want to say or need to know.
I've also experienced so many times writing other better songs in the midst of writing one song, of like, I'm writing something and I go, oh, I really love this line and I really want to put it in this song, but it doesn't really fit this song, but maybe that's a whole other song. And then I end up writing that whole other song, and that was the song that spoke so much more truer to my actual emotions than the one I was writing. But I do try to like finish songs regardless of if I think they're good or not, just even to have like a thing to look back on and kind of a reference point. But that's such an interesting point that you bring up. Like every thought, there's no like unnecessary thoughts. They're all useful.
Yeah. And